Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this special episode, we have a very special guest, Alex Felice. Alex is the multifamily apartment syndicator and a digital media storyteller. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Alex Felice. Alex, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
I appreciate. I'm so envy and jealous of you of your like a high tech setup. I just want to let you know I have a very simple setup.
I can hook you up. I can teach you how to do it.
Oh, wonderful. That's a good way. Thank you so much, Alex. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to get into multifamily, apartments?
Yeah. So I didn't set out to do multifamily. I set out to do single family and quit a job I hated. And, my original goal was to buy 10 single families in 10 years because I don't consider myself to be that ambitious of a guy. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, look, I'm pretty sure I can do 10 over 10 years. I'll knock that out. Well, I got 8 in 3 years and I was like, well, maybe I can do more. So in 2019, in a kind of a stroke of luck, I came across a 24 unit, $1 million property. It wasn't a big deal. I could barely put it together. I barely raised the $280,000 that I needed to get it done. And, but I learned an immense amount. And I was like, look, kind of like I tell people all the time, it's like, dude, your first deal is probably going to be your worst deal because you're bad at it. Yeah. So let me go take another shot at this. So mid to late 2020, I started working on a 52 unit here in my town, a $3.2 million property that we did through syndication. Mm-hmm. And it was easier for me to raise the 1.4 million in cash I needed for that deal than it was to raise the 280 for the deal before. Even though it was 4 times as much. Yeah, it was easier for me to raise the 1.4 million than it was to raise 280,000 the year before, because once I had done one, my confidence level skyrocketed and I knew how to sell the deals better and I knew the deal better. And so I like I said, I didn't really start in multifamily. I started with single family. I stumbled through this 24 unit, which was a bit of a difficult deal. Now we did a 52 unit, and the momentum really carries you, especially on social media. You tell people what you're doing, they want to help. Yeah, gets. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's not as hard as people think.
Yeah, it's not as hard as people think. That's a great way to put it. That shows your confidence level, rinse and repeat level, because you have done it over and over, so.
Yeah, they say once the syndication, the process doesn't change that much. I don't see it changing that much. So, do another one, do 100 units. I don't know what we're going to end up, I don't know what the future holds right now, but I'm just getting started. So I know how to do it now. That's the deadliest part, right? That's what makes me deadly. I know how to do it. I can do it forever.
Wonderful. Just in a very short few sentences, for someone who does not know, I know what the syndicator is. Someone may be new to this one, just can put them in very basic form.
Syndication is a legal entity that allows you to sell shares of a company or an asset, kind of like you would sell shares of a stock. And so you have to go through a legal process to satisfy the SEC. So that I can go and buy this asset and then I can sell those shares of that property to other individuals. That's how you raise the money for the equity side of the deal. And then the bank pays for the rest.
Okay. So are you dealing with the accredited investors only, or it could be anybody small?
So this one was a 506B. So we did deal with non-accredited investors that we had prior existing relationships with. And this is the power of social media, which you very well know. Yeah. So having a social media presence allows you to talk to a lot of people, build relationships over time. You can get a lot of capital that way. Now, to scale, I think you have to do 506C, which is accredited only, but it lets you solicit. And so I think from a scalability perspective, I think that's kind of the route I have to go towards the future. But for this one, I had a big enough network that I could do a 506B. So we didn't need accredited investors, although about a third of them are.
Okay, wonderful. Alex, thank you so much. See, we learned some, sneaked in a little bit more than what we asked for. So based on your experience of doing many deals in real estate, so I'm sure there's so many pitfalls and so many, successes. So what are the top 3 missteps to avoid to do a successful syndication?
Don't undercapitalize. That is in my opinion, that is the biggest business mistake that anybody can make. And that holds true for syndication. If you undercapitalize, you run into, just get more money than you need and you can pay it back to people. But if you don't get enough money, then you have to go do a capital call and ask them for more money later, which is the worst possible thing you can do, in my opinion. So overcapitalize, don't undercapitalize. Second one, tag people in early. Like, don't be greedy and try to do it all yourself to keep a bigger share. Just my personal opinion, it's like tag everybody in you need to get the deal done successfully and confidently, and take whatever you can, like take whatever's left, but get the deal done, get the experience. Like for me, tagging people in early and often was, it cost me a little bit of money, but it gained me 100% of the deal. Mm-hmm. Third one, know your criteria that you're buying for really well. So, trying to go out there and be like, well, I want to buy a multifamily somewhere between, 10 and 150 units. It's like, that's a really tough way to, how many deals are you going to underwrite? So finding a narrow criteria that makes sense for what your business strategy is and where you are, and based on your trajectory, like finding a really, really specific criteria for what you're looking for helps you narrow down the amount of deals that you're going to be looking at. And it makes sure that when you put your business plan together, it all makes sense. Hey, we went looking for this deal, for this type of deal, for this reason. We found this deal, and that's why this is going to work. That's how that helps sell to your investors.
Yeah, no, this is great. Alex, I appreciate sharing missteps so we can avoid it. So you already, learned it through the hard knock mistakes.
I make a lot of mistakes, so I'm happy to help you not make them.
Wonderful. Alex, I'm sure you have so many, failures in this one too, because that's how we learn from our failures. So what is the single most professional failure you like to share with us today? What did you learn from it, and how did you recover from that?
Professional failure. Yeah. We've been on a 10-year economic run like no other. So it's kind of hard to lose in this economy. Yeah. The 24 unit, was not my best deal, but it makes money. It's hard to call it a failure. I think it's hard to announce failures right now because, like I said, interest rates are low and everybody's winning. We'll see a lot of failures when the market turns, and we'll find out kind of who has no clothes kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I haven't had that many professional failures in real estate. The thing that turned my life around, I had a personal failure. If you want to be really transparent, I don't know what kind of show this is, but I got a DUI about 11 years ago. Alleged DUI about 11 years ago. And it was a highly irresponsible thing for me to do. Case was dropped, but it changed my life. Yeah. And it helped me gain a lot of self-responsibility. And that's what helped me get into real estate in the first place, taking control of my economic life. So I don't know if that's really the right answer for this show, but that's the failure that changed me the most.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wonderful. That's great. So enough about failures. Let's talk about the other side of the table, successes, So what are your top 3 success secrets? Don't be stingy. Just give it away.
Surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with everybody who's better than you so that you always feel like a piece of dirt. Right? I have masterminds where I'm like, dude, I have nothing to contribute because I'm the low man on the totem pole always. That's a situation you want to be in. So surround yourself with people who are better than you. You can do more than you think. You can do more than you think you can. The famous Grant Cardone 10X rule, it's kind of cheesy, but it kind of works, right? What if you only get to 8X? That's pretty good, right? Yeah. So you can do more than you think. That's something that I underestimated for the first 30 years of my life. I was like, I didn't think I could even buy a personal residence. Never mind, 84 doors, whatever I have now. Yeah. Last success is education. Dude, I read every day and increasingly difficult books, a lot of macroeconomics. So read, learn every day.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, learning never stop, So, okay, yeah, here someone is asking a question. Let's take this question. Should we give up some time or not for other person winning?
I'm not sure exactly what that means. I will say that sacrifice is a big part of success. Okay. Sacrifice is a big part of success. I mean, you can't do everything. You can't have everything. I don't think. Some people can. If you're Jeff Bezos, maybe. But, Jeff Bezos had to make a lot of sacrifice too. It's a lot of hours worked. So should we give something up? You absolutely should. You should give up a lot, actually. You should give up everything. You should find out what's really, really important, work towards that, and give everything else up.
Mm-hmm. Alex, on your business philosophy, do you believe in win-win situation or win-lose situation? Yeah.
Both.
Both?
Both. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, sometimes somebody loses and you win, and sometimes if in an ideal situation, everybody wins.
Okay.
In an ideal situation, everybody wins, but that's not the way life works. Sometimes life is harsh. So,
okay,
wonderful. Life's unfair.
Wonderful. So, in fact, how Growth Hacking Secrets community people who are watching this right now, they can support you?
Support me. I have a lot of social media. My website, brokersofchoice.com, that's below. You can go there. I write out my story there. I'm trying to get this YouTube thing ramped up. I co-host a podcast called From Military to Millionaire, my friend David Perret. So it's geared towards military and veteran real estate investors. Mm-hmm. Love your support on that. Those are the big ones.
Mm-hmm. Great. So check the website, brokeischoice.com. I like the branding, how you come up with it. I have no idea how you come up with this. I'd rather not even ask, so it's a good one. I can tell. I'm giving you credit, brokeischoice.com. So Alex, anything else you wanted to share, which I didn't really get around to it?
Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And I'm grateful for people like yourself who put these shows on and teach and educate the next in line. That's, when I started this, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anybody that did it. So I spent a lot of time learning. And then now that I've done a little bit, I'm grateful for the opportunity to give back. If there's anything I can do to help anybody get started or get the next one, I've only done 2 deals, so I'm far from an expert, but sometimes that's the best person to learn from. So I'm open and available to anybody who may think I can help.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Just to share with you, I'm a real estate investor myself. You may have seen on my LinkedIn profile. I have a partner. He is a $10 billion billionaire, owns over 48 businesses and 160 miles of beachfront properties.
Mr. O.
Yeah. How do you know?
I am good friends with John Lee in Las Vegas.
Got it. Understood. So I'm a good friend. So we have a common good friend. So great. So are you a part of that group or not?
I am not. I'm not part of the group, but I used to go to John Lee's old Outback group. So
yeah. Okay. Understood. Appreciate it. I just wanted to share. So, okay.
I looked you up. I kind of got the gist. Yeah.
That's good. So, Alex, we are about to wrap up, and I'd like to have a few words about the show so that way it kind of spread the word. What would you say to your best friend about Growth Hacking Secrets show when I'm not there?
You must listen and watch the Growth Hacking Secrets podcast. It is an absolute must.
Yeah. Thank you for your kind words. Really appreciate it. What would you say as we are wrapping up?
Say that again.
Final word.
Try hard at everything you do every day until your last dying breath.
Oh my God, that's the level of commitment we need. Yeah. So my last word is brokeischoice.com. Go visit and get engaged with Alex Felice. He shared so much wisdom with us today. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.